Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas' daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, SportsMemo. You know how I do it. Before we start every show, good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy hump day.
Happy Wednesday. Watch your mouth. Watch your language, young lady. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
It's always a happy Wednesday here on the First Family Show because we're midway through the week. We've had nothing but winners. Dionne and I have had nothing but winners the last few days, both premium and free plays. We're doing pretty good. I think we both won our free plays again yesterday. And I think Dr. Chuck won yesterday too.
He did.
I know Eric Pauly fell short, but guys, he is killing it on those free plays and his premium plays. But we're doing pretty good on our premium plays as well. I'm really happy with everything going on right now. But today is Wednesday.
It is.
What do we've got to talk about? Let's see. With Saturday night, this Saturday, it's a good thing we don't have shows on the weekend because, trust me, we're going to be hung over on Sunday. We were invited yesterday by our good friend Wayne Newton. Everybody knows Wayne. Until I came around, he was Mr. Las Vegas. Now he's like Mr. Las Vegas Senior.
Mr. Vegas too.
I love him. I love Wayne. They called us up yesterday to go to be a guest of his show this Saturday. Unfortunately, we already have a date night. We're going to Freestyle Explosion over at the Orleans. For those of you that are as old as me, before they had techno and dance and this and hip hop, they had regular dance music in the clubs. So it was house music, we called it, back in the 80s and early 90s. So we're going to see like the Cover Girls and Expose and Stevie B and all of those guys on Saturday. But we have a little date night. We're going to a nice restaurant on the Strip. So Sunday she'll definitely be hungover. Anyway, I was waiting to get hit. But no, it's been a nice run. The weather's changed here in Vegas. 100 degrees every day. Morning, small humidity, 10, 12%, goes off to 5% in the afternoon. Yesterday we had 100 degrees. I sat by the pool for a bit. I threw Wagyu beef hot dogs on the grill. Guys, you ever have a Wagyu beef hot dog, you'll never go to any other hot dogs in the world. I promise you that. Today we're doing filet mignon on the grill.
We are.
Filet mignon, for those of you who don't, subscribe to the French way of saying filet mignon. We're very happy with that. We're going to do some other things. Big Daddy's cooking. Mommy's doing some other things. We're going to have some fun. But without any further ado, guys, let me tell you what's going on later today. SportsMemo's MLB betting coverage show, full count. We're going to come to you live, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be hosting. Joining me, Jesse Schul, Ronald Cobank. Besides the fact you're going to get a ton, and I mean a ton, of good, solid betting advice on baseball for today's card and a bunch of free winners. We're going to discuss and debate the long heated argument between Jesse and Ronald. They get along professionally. They don't like each other because they debate what song is better, Jesse's Girl or Shebang Shebang. I'm just kidding, guys. Tune into that before you make any of your Monday MLB betting decisions. We have a couple of specials Dion's going to tell you about.
That's right. Joey and I have a huge discount going on right now. 7 days, all sports inclusive. All you have to do is use code SWEEP7 upon checkout. That's $59 for 7 days from either of us for 7 full days. We also do have a new amazing special that SportsMemo is doing today. They are doing spin to win, huge savings. All you have to do is go onto the website. As soon as you go on, hit the button to click to spin your wheel to see what you receive for your discount for today's plays. And also don't forget, today is Joey's $2 Tuesday that he still has up right now up on the website on his $2 Tuesday game available. So make sure you head on over there right after the show and pick that up and spin that wheel and see what you can get for your discounts.
I say this a lot. I know I repeat myself, but guys, it's just because every day SportsMemo absolutely amazes me. I know they amaze you with their, customer appreciation. This new thing, they don't have to put it out. There's enough discounts out there. But yet, every time you make a purchase, you spin this wheel, you get a discount. I mean, it's amazing what they do for you. We just want to say thank you to everyone out there for supporting us. And you know what? I want to say a special thank you to SportsMemo because I've never worked with a company that shows this much customer appreciation. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've been doing this here in Vegas for over 30 years. Some of the biggest names, some of the biggest companies in the world, in betting, in gambling, you name it. I have never worked with a company as professional or as just supportive of SportsMemo. We love you guys. So without any further ado, guys, we have a very special guest today. Normally we're loaded up. A couple of our guests are on vacation, but we are honored that we have a special guest today, guys. He is wanted for killing bookmakers. We call him the Southern Assassin, Rocky Atkinson. Happy Wednesday, Rocky.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Dionne.
You know, people don't know this because both Rocky and myself look a lot younger than what we are, but we've been friends for a long time. And, you know, Rocky, this past year or so that you and I have gotten to do some football shows last football season, doing the baseball shows, some other shows, you know, I really enjoy and I am honored to share a panel with you. Not only are you one of my favorite people in the planet, you are certainly one of the most respected people in sports betting. And it's not just a flash in the pan thing, guys that come and go on social media. You've been doing this for quite a while, and you're very successful at it. So we are honored to have you on the show today. I know Rocky's doing some great work over at SportsMemo. He's going to have some information about what he's got going on tonight and a free play for you. But we're going to go ladies first today. Rocky's going to be right back with us. Let's go with the First Lady of Las Vegas, who I want to send a special shout out to Dan. She is my wife, and I'm always going to support her, guys. But then again, you know, if Charlie Manson was my son, I'd be, hey, look, guys, here's his little league. He got 3 hits today. That's a bad joke. No, it's really not bad. It's funny. I want to tell you something. I'm always going to support my wife because I love her and she's my wife. But I am very proud of her. She started as a professional handicapper, documented a year and change ago. From the start of baseball season last year to the end, she was on the leaderboard. She then killed it in college football. One of the top 2 or 3 college football all season. Killed it in college basketball. Held her own in NFL and NBA. She took on a new monster yesterday. And this is really why I'm proud and I'm choked up. Because it's a sport that I don't do. I don't do WNBA, guys, all right? You know, I make a lot of jokes about female sports. It's not, guys, women are smarter and stronger, certainly. The smartest sex and the strongest sex. God did not trust us men to carry or give birth. There's a reason for that, guys. And I do give a lot of credit to any woman that can knock down a door in a male-dominated industry. I really love that. And there's some great women in this industry. Obviously, we know Kelly over it that does a lot of work with Wager Talk, and she's doing some other stuff now. But Dionne's doing great work, and she started the WNBA yesterday. And you eked out a win last night in your first official release. Is that correct?
I absolutely did. I had a nice win yesterday with the New York Liberty.
There you go. You know, I'm very proud of you. I think you're doing great stuff, and you're certainly coming into your own. You know, sharing in D'Amico isn't easy. You know, it's not an easy thing. You know, when it's like Pete Rose's son playing baseball. Come on, guys. We knew it was going to flop. It is not an easy thing. It's extra pressure when you're a D'Amico. But not only did Dionne take that pressure and run with it, she took it to another level, and she's just really succeeding. So I'm proud of you. Congratulations on your first official win. No, I'm not too kind. You listen, I give credit where credit's due. There's people that I don't like in this world, but I respect them, and I say it out there. So when I have somebody that I like, or that in this case that I love, that's doing great, I'm proud of you. I'm not too kind. You deserve it.
Thank you.
So having said that, I know you have some great things going on tonight at SportsMemo and another free play winner. Take it away, Dionne.
I do. So get ready to get paid today. I have my MLB home run play, and I also have my Warriors Celtics Game 3 winner posted right now over at SportsMemo for just $10 each. And like Joey did mention, I did have a nice win yesterday in my first WNBA game with the Liberty yesterday. So make sure you visit the website for all of my upcoming WNBA winners that I will be posting the rest of this week.
WNBA.
That's right.
There you go. Dionne, can you tell everybody about your free play today?
Yeah. Both me and Joey did have a nice free winner yesterday again on the show. And today we continue our win streak. Knowing the All-Star break is just around the corner, as they are currently tied with the White Sox in the Central 4 games back, Cleveland needs every win they can get right now. They have won 7 of their last 10 outings. This does include a split in yesterday's doubleheader with Texas. They should feel pretty confident coming into this matchup, as they have taken 7 of the last 10 meetings with the Rangers and have dominated them at Progressive Field, winning 5 of the last 7. It is the pitching matchup today that compels me to side with the Guardians. Dane Dunning and Shane Bieber are scheduled. Dunning, who is 1-3 with a 4.11 ERA, is struggling. He really hasn't had a good outing in a while, as the team has lost 3 of his starts in a row and 5 of his last 6 turns. On the other hand, Bieber seems to be getting stronger as the season is progressing. He has won his last 2 turns, going 15 innings, allowing just 3 earned runs and striking out 16. These pitchers have had very different experiences against today's opponents. Dunning, in 2 career starts against Cleveland, has a 10.29 ERA, while Bieber, in his lone career against Texas, allowing allowed just 2 runs in 6 innings while striking out 8 nearly 3 years ago. The Rangers are 0-4 the last 4 versus right-handed starters, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Guardians here.
First lady of Vegas, who is killing it on free play. She's like 40-something, 42, 43, 44, and like 12 run between this show and the MLB show. Take the Guardian. She's made a believer out of me. She said, take Shane. Don't call me Justin Bieber. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go over to Sports Memo. Take advantage of those customer appreciation discounts that they're offering, that 7-day all access. You're going to start getting WNBA for her.
That's right.
So, guys, you're going to get 3 sports from her right now.
I may even possibly have one up later today. I'm still kind of reviewing the 2 games that are on the board today, and I'm kind of leaning towards one already, but you'll have to check back at the site later on to see if
3
that's posted
sports
today.
on that 7-game package. Let's bring Rocky Atkinson. Rocky's doing some great work all over the Sports Memo leaderboard. I mean, on top of the major sports, he's always there. He's always on the leaderboard, but he's also probably the best I've ever seen on the NASCAR circuit. And this is a busy season for NASCAR, isn't it correct, Rocky? I'm not a big NASCAR guy, so I learned a lot of what I know about NASCAR from you. This is a big time of the year, is it correct?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's coming up now in the NASCAR circuit?
They head into a road course this weekend in Sonoma. So.
Rocky, I'm going to tell you now, I grew up, a ball player. Baseball, basketball, football, boxing, karate, you name it, hockey. I played it. I'm living in New York City, growing up and living in New York City, we weren't the biggest racing fans. And I also grew up many years ago. I'm old, guys. I will tell you this. I was not a big fan of racing. Moved out to Vegas in the early 90s. And, racing became big here probably after 2000 because they started having major events here. Mm-hmm. Some of the casino owners got involved in racing where they brought events here. Racing fans, some of the nicest, most well-respected, just the greatest people in the world. And I still wasn't into racing until a few years ago. We became friends with somebody on the circuit. All right. He's a good friend of ours. He's an up-and-coming driver. He invited us over to an event there. I will tell you, sports fans, for those of you that are like me that grew up baseball, basketball, football, I want you to know, go to a racing event. Not only are you going to be taken back by the fans, but the athleticism of the drivers. You don't really get the gist of a car doing about 200 miles an hour on television until you're at the track. Also, and this, to me, this is our show. Like, we can say do we want. I don't know what side of the fence you feel on about God, country, whatever. I believe in God. I love this country. I have never seen, whatever somebody's belief is, on the track or in the stands, the praise and the respect they give to, there's a prayer. There's a prayer, and everybody is silent for it. And then there is the anthem, and everybody stands and takes off their hats. I've never seen, so I'm getting goosebumps right now. So I want to tell you this. If you've never been to a race, you don't know a lot about racing. Rocky is the best guy I've ever seen in this business. And I'm doing this 30 plus years in Vegas when it comes to racing. And I want you to know, though, go to a racetrack. Go to see one event. I promise you this. You'll see the athleticism of cars doing 200 miles an hour and how these guys control these cars. And you'll see the respect that the fans and everybody involved in racing has for a higher power and this country. And I'm going to tell you this. You'll be a racing fan because, Rocky, I got to tell you, it's amazing. I know you do great work on the NASCAR scene, and you do a lot of shows dedicated to that. But I know you always do great work. Baseball, basketball, football. You're one of, if I'm not mistaken, one of the most successful cappers Sports Memo has ever had. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'd probably say that. Yeah.
I can say that because I read of something the other day saying you're one of the winningest, percentage-wise, money-wise. So my hat's off to you. Also, sports fans, Rocky's the reason why I am over here at Sports Memo. It was a small conversation we had about 2 years ago. And so I want to thank Rocky officially because he's the reason why I'm here. I was, I respected Sports Memo, but, I was in a different situation on other websites. And since I came here, I truly found a home, and I owe Rocky a lot of that. So thank you, Rocky. Rocky, without any further ado, you're doing some great work over at Sports Memo. Can you tell everybody what you got going on maybe tonight, next few days, and give everybody a free winner, please?
Yeah, and that's what friends are for, Joe, is, helping each other out in this industry. There's a lot of money to go around, and I'm glad I could be able to help you get on here. Let's talk about NASCAR right quick. there is a race in Sonoma this Sunday. I've never had a losing NASCAR season in my history. Last year, it took me to the last race to produce a profit. This year, I'm currently down in NASCAR. It's been a real weird year. This past week, I had Harvick over Suarez, and he wrecked late in the race by himself. I think he had something go wrong with a tire or something. But I think I had the right call there, as he was beating Suarez by a couple positions at that time. But that kind of stuff happens. So I'm currently down in NASCAR, and 2022 hasn't been a good year for me. I always tell it like it is, and I think that's very important in our industry. In the industry filled with crooks. I mean, people lying all the time. You get these marketing calls on the phone, and they tell you, they've won 20, 25 games in a row or whatever. You got to run from that kind of stuff. You got to look for documented handicappers like you and myself and Dionne and the SportsMemo guys, and people who, the selections are tracked, they're documented, they're there after the game starts. You can see what we got. That's where it's at. But just want to be transparent there. As far as this year has gone, it hasn't been a good year for me. 2021 was excellent. Well, we made a ton of money, but we still got several months left in 2022. So I'm looking forward to getting back on track. I am passing on Wednesday with premium picks in all sports. I like the thing about Dionne doing WNBA, because I've released one WNBA play, I think, in my career, which was this year, and it was a winner. So I also handicap the WNBA every day, but I'm a rookie at it. So I'm taking it easy. I've only, like I say, one release so far this year. Hopefully we'll have more soon, but I did look at the two today and I didn't like either game. So let's get into this free play here for Wednesday. And I did go 4-0 yesterday on the Major League Baseball full count show for SportsMemo. I had the Astros on the run line. It was my best bet, which that was also a premium play of mine yesterday. I had the White Sox over the Dodgers. I had the Phillies over the Brewers, and I had the Padres over the Mets. That completed the 4-0 sweep yesterday. Incredible day there. Today, I'm looking at the Yankees at Minnesota game here in Major League Baseball. Yankees have just been incredible this year. They're 40-15 overall. Minnesota comes in 32-25 on the season. Yankees, when I released it, was -162. I think I saw -170 on your on here. Nelson Cortez is going to start for the Yankees. He's 5-1 with a 1.50 ERA overall this year. Incredible. He's 3-1 with a 1.50 ERA on the road this season, 3-0 with a 1.80 ERA his last three starts, and he's 1-0 with a 2.57 ERA in his one career start versus Minnesota. Chris Archer gets the call for the Twins. He's 0-2 with a 5 ERA at home this year. The Yankees are 7-0 their last 7 games, scoring 6.9 runs per game while allowing only 1.6 runs per game during that time. And also during that time, they're holding opponents to a combined 179 team batting average while hitting 309 as a team themselves. Minnesota's allowing 5.6 runs per game their past 7 games overall. The Yankees are 27-10 against right-handed starters this year. They're 26-9 at night this season. They're 10-1 their last 11 road games against right-handed starters. They're 14-3 the last 17 games against a team with a winning record. Yankees have won 7 out of the last 8 meetings overall versus Minnesota the past 3 years. And if you go way further back, they're 70-22 the last 92 overall games in this series. Also, Minnesota's 0-5 their last 5 games as a home underdog. I don't release anything over -150 as a premium play. I don't really like the run line here today in this one. So I'm going to recommend playing the Yankees on the money line. Get it between -162, -170, something like that. If you don't like laying that much, you can try the run line. I'm just kind of a little worried about it here today.
Sports fans, Rocky Atkinson says Yankees $1.60 something. So you go, because he won't release anything above $1.50. Rocky, I want you to know, in sports fans, Honesty, integrity, words that are synonymous with Rocky Atkinson. And I will tell you this. I'll give 10-1 odds that he finishes this season a top capper and finishes this year a top capper because he does it year in and year out. And Rocky, I want to touch base on what you said. By the way, I've been known to lie out there. I tell everybody I'm 5'8". We all know I'm not. When I had hair, I used to tell people I was 5'10". But I will tell you, there is good and bad in every walk of life, let alone every business and in this business. But I'm going to give you a good analogy. Let's use those Ocean's 11 movies. Casey Affleck's a nice-looking guy. He stands next to Matt Damon. He's not as good-looking. Matt Damon's a nice-looking guy. He stands next to George Clooney. Not as good-looking. George Clooney's a nice-looking guy. He stands next to Brad Pitt. Not as good-looking. The people here, the cappers that you have at SportsMemo are the Brad Pitts. So I don't have a problem. I do feel bad. There's good and bad in all walks of life, and I wish there was more good and less bad, and even in this business. But those guys that come and go, those shady guys that are on 25 and nothing runs, guys, we all know they're full of bunk. So when they are guys like Rocky, Dionne, myself, the great guys over at SportsMemo, you learn to appreciate people like us more. The people that do talk about losing days, and we have losing days. We have crappy days. And I want you to know, sports fans, on good days, we're twice as happy because we walk it like we talk it. Not only are you winning and you'll come back tomorrow, we bet our own games. We are winning too. On crappy days, we're twice as pissed off because we lost our bets and you're going to be pissed off at us. You may not come back tomorrow, but we're in the trenches with you. We're not a general in the back go in charge, guys. We're staff sergeants in the trenches, in the blood, in the mud, in the guts, and we're right there with you. So on winning days, we're twice as happy. On losing days, we're twice as pissed off. So, Rocky, it's a lot of good points and a good breakdown. I got to tell you, the Yankees are just playing great ball. We talked about this a few times on this show and a few of the baseball shows recently. Traditionally, the Yankees, they always hit, but they've had problems with pitching. Now their pitching is top 1, 2, 3, depending on the day in the league, and they're piling up victories. They're playing good ball. They're having fun. They're winning in the division, which, they've had over the years problems with Toronto at times, problem with Tampa at times. They're handling them. So great play again. Rocky, will you stick around? I got to give my analysis. Then we're going to sign off. Would you stick around a couple minutes?
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's always a pleasure. Yeah, I love Rocky. Rocky, as you know, because me and you've been together for like eons. Rocky's been a friend to me for many years, but he started out as somebody that I just respected in the industry. And it is the honesty, the integrity that earns you that respect on top of consistently winning. But, guys.
And one of the sweetest guys ever.
One of the sweetest people ever on the planet. I love him. You love him. All right, guys. Time to adjust those headsets, those tablets, those phones. Because I'm going to tell you now, I'm excited today. I have a 5% play alert as the number one capper the last 30 days in NBA at SportsMemo. It's fresh off a 10% Game of the Year winner in Game 2 of the Finals on Sunday. I just keep getting you paid this NBA postseason. As a matter of fact, I'm on a 6-1 overall run in the NBA playoffs. This does include 5-1 record in my 10% and 5% releases. Tonight for Game 3, I continue to bust the books with another big game winner. My 5% Las Vegas Strip Move Game of the Year, when all of my Las Vegas odds-making sportsbook and sports betting sources come in with the same team as my analyst and I, it becomes a Las Vegas Strip Move play. I have my LVSM Game of the Year today, so follow the best big game out on the planet. Get on my hot streak. Let's strike it rich. The best part of this big Game of the Year winner, it was part of my $2 Tuesday special.
That's
so you
right.
get it for just $2 right now at SportsMemo. Now let's talk. I won the last couple of days, I think, with free plays.
You did.
My free plays are doing good. I got another one today. Sports fans, it was only a few short seasons ago that the Washington Nationals won the World Series. Believe it or not, I had to double check that this morning because to me, it seems like it was decades ago. And it probably seems even longer to the Nationals team and their fans. What a fall from grace. They currently possess one of the worst records in all of baseball. They dwell in the NL East cellar, 16 and a half games back with a record of 21-36. It's been even longer than that for the Miami Marlins. For the two-time World Series champions, it's been almost 2 decades. They currently sit in fourth place in the East, 12 and a half game back, 23-30 record. To be honest with you, it seems that their only crime is the fact that they share a division with New York and Atlanta. But things change when they face today's opponent. Washington has had trouble in this division rivalry, dropping 6 of 7 meetings with Miami this season alone. This does include a Game 1 thumping yesterday, 12-2. While their offense showed some signs of life in the Cincinnati series earlier this week, it just seems that no matter what they do, they cannot compensate offensively for their 30th ranked pitching staff. Granted, their lineup ranks 23rd in scoring, averaging just 4.07 a game, but their pitching staff, absolutely the worst in all of baseball. 30th, a team ERA of 5.44. So even if they do come up with a couple of runs in a game, their pitching staff is yielding even more runs. Today, Josiah Gray takes the hill. He is a respectable 6-4 record, but he does sport an ERA of 4.71 for the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara, I love his name. He gets the nod, 6-2 mark, an anemic 1.81 ERA. He has been outstanding, striking out 71 and walking just 24 in 74.2 innings pitched. He has won his last 4 starts, while the team has won his last 5. This is a team that's 4-0 the last 4 games played as a home favorite, and 15-7 the last 22 versus the NL East. They will continue their domination in this division rivalry. By the way, in those 6 victories over Miami this season, they have outscored them 35-10. Take the Marlins on the run line. It's a winner. Let's bring our good buddy back, Rocky Atkinson. We've got a couple of announcements. Rocky, before we give some announcements and sign off, any closing thoughts or comments for our viewers out there?
No, Joe, I just enjoy coming on your show, of course, and working with you, of course.
Well, Rocky, you know, I said it on the show earlier. I respected you as a capper, and then we became friends, and we've been friends a long time, guys. I had hair back when I first met Rocky, and I had a lot of hair. I'll tell you right now. I looked like I was in a boy band. That's how much hair I had. Rocky and I go back a long way, and we love having you. You're welcome here.
Look like Billy Ray Cyrus, more like.
By the way, Rocky, you know any good divorce attorneys? I'm in need of one right now.
I'm just kidding.
Always a pleasure to have Rocky on the show. Please tune in later today to Full Count SportsMemo's MLB betting coverage show, coming to you live 12 p.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, as I will be hosting. Joining me, Jesse Schul, Ronald Cabang. Tune into that before you make any of your MLB betting decisions for today. Go to the SportsMemo YouTube channel. Tons of great content. We do this show. John Ryan does stuff. I know Ross Benjamin does stuff. We do the MLB betting coverage show. Also, go over to the Twitter page. SportsMemo, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet there. We all post a lot of free stuff. You get futures, you get odds. Eric Pauly writes some great columns. Also, follow Rocky Atkinson at Rocketman Sports. Dionne, what is your Twitter?
You can find me over at the First Lady of Vegas, and you can find Joey over at Joe D'Amico Wins.
Let me do a quick rundown. The First Lady of Las Vegas, what did you have for everybody today?
I'm going with the Guardians today.
Rocky Atkinson, what did you give out today?
New York Yankees.
And your sexy and savory host is saying, taking the Marlins on the run line. My friends, it's about that time to take off. Dionne, take us out. Dice is excited. He's barking. Take us out of here, darling.
Don't forget, Joey and I still have that huge discount for you. 7 days, all sports access. All you have to do is use code SWEEP7 upon checkout. And Joey does still have his 5% $2 Tuesday game still available over at the website. So while you're over there picking up those winners, don't forget to spin that wheel for huge savings on your next purchase. And don't forget to tune in every day this week for special guests and more for free winners. On behalf of SportsMemo, Rocky, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.